back to the SUPES channel. My name is Matt Ramos, and on this channel I aim to entertain, inform, and inspire using the topic of discussion as always, which is superheroes. So guys, this 6-week crazy journey of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is now over. The finale was released this week on Disney Plus, and what an episode, what a conclusion, what a satisfying ending to this beautiful story. Today I'm gonna get into breaking down my thoughts, my review on the episode. We're also gonna break down the ending, the post-credit scene, and all of the awesome stuff coming forward after this show. So with that being said, if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing and hit that bell notification on my channel to get notified when these videos come out. So this episode did not disappoint. It started off fast, and honestly it was like a 52-minute episode, but it felt like a damn movie. Like there were longer episodes in the show, but this episode felt like the longest episode just because it was so jam-packed. It started off and we got Sam as Captain America in the first 5 minutes. Bucky and Sharon Carter is pulling up. Everyone is pulling up to this this like facility in Manhattan where it's like a construction site, but it's also a building. And just this entire environment was so crazy. And Bucky was popping off. He was fighting off some flag smashers. John Walker pulled up to the party in epic fashion, and he kind of redeemed himself, which is something I didn't expect Marvel would do. But John Walker redeemed himself, and the best thing about this episode is not only did we get to witness Sam owning and taking on the mantle of Captain America, but this episode did a beautiful job in capping off the stories for every single one of these characters. From John Walker to Sharon Carter to Sam, Bucky, Isaiah. Like, they capped off each character's story in their own way, while also setting up so much story to be told in the future. Now let's start off with the man of the hour, Sam Wilson! Bro, guys, this Captain America suit, honestly, it's one of the best suits in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. I love vibrant colors, and Sam's entire suit is just vibrant white, blue, red, and he crushed it in this episode. From an action standpoint, seeing Sam fly and just doing these combos with the shield, it was so cool to see. But for me, the scene that really stole this episode, and it was my personal favorite scene in the entire episode, was when Sam delivered that speech with the world watching, talking about how he's a black man and he feels, and every single day as he picks up this shield, he's going to be hated. But guess what? His superpower is standing for something better. It's inspiring us to be something better, and that's what being Captain America is all about. It's about inspiring people to be the best versions of themselves, and seeing Sam step up to the plate and call out these government officials and say that you could be, and tell them that you could be doing more to help make the world a better place. I love it so much, man. Sam, throughout this entire season, has had such a beautiful arc. The writing of the show has been impeccable because we've seen the journey of Sam go from discarding the shield just because he feels like he's not worthy enough to take it on, to owning it and becoming Captain America and becoming the hero he was destined to be. And there's also Bucky, who was also great in this episode. Now, because Sam did become Captain America, it did feel like Bucky took like a backpedal on this episode, so like that Sam can just own it. But Bucky was great in this episode as well, and we got that beautiful, heartbreaking scene of Bucky telling Yori that he killed his son. And a very fine detail in that conversation that I found to be very, very heartwarming was that Bucky, for the first time, he talked about the Winter Soldier as a separate person. Like, it wasn't him. He didn't have a choice. Bucky wasn't holding himself down. He wasn't holding himself accountable for those actions because he was being mind controlled by Hydra. And then at the end of the episode, when Bucky pulls up to the cookout in Louisiana, there's like a few seconds of Bucky just arriving, and he's playing with Sam's nephews, and he just looks so genuinely happy. And that's not something we see from Bucky nowadays. But now it seems like Bucky has finally found his family. He's found his home. And oh my gosh, just seeing that, it was so heartwarming. Another very heartwarming scene was all of the stuff with Isaiah Bradley. I love how they brought back Isaiah and Eli in this episode. And now that Sam stepped up to the plate to become Captain America, I felt that it was extremely important that they address Isaiah at least one more time in the show, and that's exactly what they did. Not only did Sam go to visit Isaiah after he took on the mantle of Cap and had a conversation with Isaiah about the world and about how now he's Captain America, but he also had this beautiful scene of Sam literally took a part of the Captain America Museum and he dedicated it to Isaiah Bradley. So now Isaiah will never be forgotten, and the world will forever know and honor Isaiah Bradley for the service that he provided for the country and just for the planet in general. Another familiar face we got to see return in this episode was Valentina Allegra de la Fontaine. We got to see John Walker call her up, and now John Walker is U.S. agent. I was very surprised to see them give John Walker kind of like a redemption, and now he's U.S. agent. He came out and he walked out in his red and black comic accurate outfit, and now he's working for Valentina. So again, Valentina is one of those characters that she has like a big question mark surrounding her character because we don't know what she's here for. She definitely has a plan, and we're definitely gonna see her in other MCU projects. But what is the bigger picture? What is her ultimate plan? And now we're just starting to see all of this unfold, but this is just the beginning of Valentina's character in the MCU, and now she has John Walker by her side fighting for her. Sharon Carter was also revealed to be the power broker, and I found that to be very interesting. I didn't expect her to be the power broker. Obviously, we all had, that was like a huge popular fan theory that Sharon Carter was the power broker, but I don't know how that sits well with me. Although I do like how they did conclude the story of the power broker. And in the post-credit scene, we got some more of Sharon talking to someone on the phone. And let's talk about that post-credit scene. So in the post-credit scene, Sharon was pardoned by the US government to come back to the country. And then she hopped on a very mysterious phone call with someone who we don't know. And that's going to be the big mystery. Everyone's going to be talking about who is she talking to. And she had a very simple conversation with the person on the phone talking about how now they're going to have access to government equipment. And honestly, the first person that came to my head was Thunderbolt Ross, but he already works for the government, so he would already have access to that government equipment. But then, another person that came to mind was Justin Hammer. We know down the line, Armor Wars is coming, and what is Armor Wars going to be about? It's going to be about Iron Man's technology getting in the wrong hands. And now that Tony Stark is dead, the US government owns the Iron Man suits. They own the Stark technology because Tony Stark signed the Accords, which in turn allows the government to take on all of his technology. So my theory is that Sharon may be talking to Justin Hammer about getting that tech and using it for themselves. Sharon already tried her stuff with the super soldiers. Who knows? Maybe now she's gonna try going to work with some Iron Mans. Overall, I just thought this was such a great episode, and it perfectly capped off this beautiful story. One of my biggest worries going into these final 2 episodes was that they didn't have enough time to truly do justice to the stories without it feeling rushed, and they didn't have enough time to answer all of the questions. And guess what? They answered all of the major questions, and they did justice to the individual stories. Sam becoming Captain America, owning it in that suit, kicking ass, delivering that powerful speech, you know, honoring Isaiah in the way he did. It was just so beautiful to watch. But now I want to know, what did you guys think of the final episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier? This was the end to our Falcon and the Winter Soldier journey. But guys, now we have a solid like month and a half until we get started back on for Loki. And we will be back for Loki stronger than ever. Hosting the watch parties for each and every single episode. Covering it non-stop. And again, there's no greater time to be alive as a superhero fan because we have so much awesome stuff coming from both Marvel, DC, and all of the other awesome stuff coming on in the world of entertainment. So again, let me know in the comment section down below, what did you guys think of this final episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier? What was your favorite scene? What was your favorite part? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you're new to this channel and you just enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and hit that notification on my channel to get notified when these videos come out. With that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. I love you guys 3000, and I'll see you guys next time.